Hello, hi, welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Virgo in mid-February 2020. What's going on, Virgo? How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Friends, countrymen, lend me yours. No, I'm kidding. Flip out here in the pre-shuffle. The Justice card, major arcana for Libra. You could be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. Legal matters in and out of the courtroom, police files, or something to do with karmic justice is possibly very integral to your life right now, Virgo. I'm feeling also this sense of like justice in the sense of like what is right and what is wrong. What is morally, morally, sure. What is morally or lawfully right or wrong. And you might be in the position, or someone in your energy might be in the position, Virgo, of, standing up for what is right. Whether or not that is from a place of conceitedness or arrogance, I don't know. But the fact that I'm mentioning it means that maybe someone out there is a little arrogant or conceited when it comes to standing up for what is right or what is wrong. That's probably less in the place of law and more like in terms of morality or just like good behavior. Yeah. Wow, that was a lot to say for just a simple flip out there. Anyway, hi Virgo, what's going on? Listen guys, post-Valentine's Day, how was it? Did you have a good time? Did you have an awful time? I hope it wasn't awful, but if it was, I hope since then you've had better days and you've got a reason to smile and look forward to whatever's coming down the pike for you guys, yeah? Yeah. All right, Virgo. I've shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. I'm going to shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. Timestamp is in the description box if you want to jump ahead. Also down there is the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. If you have any questions before you actually place an order, you can email me at the same address. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment, my good friends. And, doing all that really supports the channel in case you are not able to purchase a reading or make a donation through the PayPal link, okay? Anything else? Yes, I'm getting over this cold. And, so there might be moments where I have to, pause the video, clear my sinuses, hopefully not, rage off into like a coughing or sneezing fit, but it happens. So I apologize ahead of time if that gets caught on the tape here. Tape? Look how old I am. Tape. Video. Anyway, let's get into it. Please show me Virgo's outcome for mid-February 2020. Mid-February 20 outcome for Virgo. Please show me. All right, cool. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. All right. How's that look? Not too bad. Not too bad. I can live with it. Let's go ahead and flip what came face down for you, Virgo, so we can see the whole story. And then we're going to figure out where exactly to begin your story. Our story begins. I don't know yet. We're going to find out in a second. Please show me where Virgo is in mid-February 2020. Mid-February 2020, where is the Virgo? Please show me. Okay. Got in it. Yeah? Yes, thank you. All right, Virgo, coming into mid-February, you come in with the Six of Wands. Oh, damn you with the focus. Six of Wands, my friends. Oh, come on. You were working fine in the last couple hours. Okay, there we go. Six of Wands. Well, good. Because this is normally a card of, good favor and victory and success. And that is there for some of you. That is there for some of you, or that's what you're hoping for. Thank you. If it's not there for you now in your reality, if it's not around you in your life, if you can't honestly say you're in a good spot, it's what you're hoping for. Recognition, applause, admiration, Um, hmm, Pardon me. Something like is making me hesitate to like give all of this to you. And that's not me. We don't know each other. I do know some Virgos, but I have nothing but love for them. And there's a hesitation. I feel okay, there it is. Someone might hesitate to congratulate you. There you go. Someone might hesitate to give you your due, or applaud for you. Oh my god, that's so salty. Like, you could literally be like attending a ceremony, or being highlighted in a meeting at your job, and you look out and you see like one of your salty coworkers just sitting there, arms folded, not clapping for you, not acknowledging the job well done that you have. And there's something here about someone might not want to give you this. Someone's someone in some of your cases, someone that you're close with, like a friend or a family member. But there's a certain slice of congratulations, victory, admiration, being awarded something, and there's a hesitance to do it. So, that kind of plays. So, I mean, you can normally see it in the traditional deck too, but okay, so you see the primary silhouetted figure, the darker one, right? That's funny. Anyway, yeah, the one that's in the foreground, coming into the scene and being, congratulated. People in the background, the more gray figures, they're like cheering for this person, right? In reality, as we see it here depicted in this card, and maybe that's why I was led to use this deck, you might not even be able to tell for sure who's not wishing you well, who's not congratulating you, okay? This feels like, because going back to that scene that I did see, someone sitting in a chair, arms folded, not really wanting to give you applause, we can go ahead and edit that scene and everybody in the room is applauding. But what exists in someone's heart, what exists and plays in someone's mind, you can't really be sure. So that's why on the surface, or I guess where it counts, because if you're being rewarded something, it's not as if, you've worked hard for something, or you're being recognized for your accomplishments and the things that you've overcome, or whatever it is, right? It's not to say that you won't be rewarded or recognized. In general, you will be. Most people around you will say, hey, good job, Virgo, congratulations, this is what you deserve. But there's someone in the mix who, they might even tell you that. They might even smile and shake your hand, pat you on the back, and do all that stuff. But like I said, you don't know what's in their heart and you don't know what's in their mind. Going back to the artwork of this card, we can't see anybody's face in this entire deck. There are no expressions. There's just the silhouette, the outline, the impression of, yeah? So there's something about, sure, getting rewarded, being told good job, maybe getting a bonus check, maybe feeling, I did with the, what was it, justice, your justice card. If you didn't skip ahead, the justice card came out in the pre-shuffle, right? And what did I say? Something about like law and morality and someone like standing up for what's right, but then that might be from a conceited place or an arrogant place, but then that might be someone else's perception. Like, you think you're doing a good, like, God, for God's sakes, just as an example, let's say you're like rewarded like a good Samaritan something by like your local police department. Maybe you're like, a local hero, and, you're getting up and you're shaking hands with police commissioners and captains and all this stuff. You get like a key to the city from the mayor. Like, this is some totally random, but just follow me. So you do that, and there's someone, maybe a friend, maybe a coworker or family member or somebody that you either know of them or you're close to them, and they're at home or they're out in the audience, and they're just like, big freaking deal, they're like, really, they could give a shit that you're being, treated this way. And again, what you did to deserve the reward, or what whoever this is, I'm saying you, Virgo. It's a general, can be flipped, blah, 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 blah. Whoever did this good deed, or whoever's on the good side of the situation, I put it in quotes because I don't know your specifics. I haven't gotten any of that detail just yet. There is this like, someone is like, someone is just like, so what? Or I don't know. It's something. It's complicated because it's not specifically, like I said, I was just using it as an example. Most of you are not getting the key to the city. You know what I mean? Like I said, some of you are in a meeting and you're just being, highlighted for being a diligent worker, or you're just being highlighted because you successfully led a particular project to completion and it was successful. And you just might have somebody in your midst who's a hater of you specifically, or is just a Debbie Downer, a malicious Mike, whatever, who just like doesn't wish you well. There's some, like, as soon as I pick that card up, I'm like, this is good. This is a good thing. I should be happy for Virgo. And then I'm like, somebody ain't happy here to see this glow about you, or to see this recognition fall upon your shoulders. Somebody's just like, they don't deserve it. There it is. Maybe that's it. They don't deserve it. Even if, on paper, according to the powers that be, you do deserve it, this person is like, no, they don't. Someone is a hater. Someone is jealous or envious. I don't know. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, okay. The other aspect of this Six of, almost said Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands, is it's a return home. In the traditional Rider-Waite, and a little bit of a image that we can see here. It's someone who comes back from doing something, right? A trip abroad, working abroad, or being selected for a particular panel, whatever. Something about coming home, returning home, coming back to home base, if not the literal home like that you live in, home base, like your headquarters for your job, or returning to your home church. I'm not a religious person, but this is just an example that I've seen people talk about who are religious. Like, say you're from a small town, right? And you have always gone to a particular church or place of worship your entire life. You come back, you've gone off to college, you've gone off and seen a bit of the world. You come back to small town USA, or small town, Europe, wherever you are, right? And then you start to be given accolades and recognition because you've gone out and seen something, or you've come back, maybe specific to the church. Maybe you studied theology abroad and now you're coming back and you have different things to say in a sermon. Maybe now you're coming back to lead a congregation, something like that. And someone is like, I remember Virgo when they were in diapers and they were a little, piece of work, and they don't deserve this, and who do they think, it's like that. So there's this aspect, this feeling of, you, Virgo, or whoever is riding this horse, you or the cross watcher or whatever, there's this energy of, I do deserve it. I've worked for this. I'm honored. It's not cocky. It's not egotistical. It's like, yeah, this is my home. This is my job. Of course I'm going to come back. It was a 2-week vacation. It was a 2-week assignment, in another part of the city or another part of the world. So there's this, I'm coming back and I'm comfortable, but I get the sense some of you may or may not be, some of you are very well aware there is a person or people who are not appreciative of your return. Others of you have no idea who it is, but maybe energetically you kind of get a hint. You kind of have like a little, like, if I'm honest, like the back of my back is, my upper back, thank you, is like kind of itching a little bit. So maybe some of you are like being like clued in energetically, but there's something here about, nah, you're getting rewarded, but somebody's just like, nah, Nah, they don't deserve it. Ay, Dios mío, why? I don't know if we'll discover the answer to why, but let's see what happens next. So what happens next? Please show me. Okay. Yeah. You come back to really, I don't want to say take charge, but you got plans. You've got plans. Yes. Ooh, almost knocked that off the table here. All right, so you've got plans. Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. This is you, probably. It could be someone else, but I think it's you because, I mean, I'm drawn to the stance of this Page of Pentacles. Like, hands on hip, foot on the little pentacle on the ground there. There's like this... There's like a peacocking is how they're making me... Okay, so maybe there is a little bit of conceitedness or cockiness or arrogance here. Because, I mean, that stance can be seen as proud, can be seen as, you know, confident. But confidence and cockiness are like 2 shades away from each other in sometimes, you know what I mean? There is a finesse to being confident that doesn't traipse over into cockiness. And some people don't have it. Some people, you know, they fluctuate easily, or they lay down heavy on cockiness and don't know the first thing of what it means to be confident. You know what I mean? But so that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm channeling you specifically, Virgo, how you actually are, or if I'm getting like this heavy dose of haterade is coming through, maybe. Because I feel as though it could go either way. The Page of Pentacles, regardless of their attitude or their demeanor, is someone who feels ready for the task, has plans, has goals, has aspirations, has skills. It's not a problem. The hitch is that it's a page. You know, out of the court cards, this is the lowest you can go, you know, because knights, queens, and kings come above this guy. And, you know, I'm saying he, you know, it's the silhouette of a male, but this can obviously apply to females. So pages have a lot left to learn, a lot of room to grow. And that can be good, that can be bad. Taking it back to this scenario of returning home, to work, to a home church or a place of worship, right? And let's very specific. And I'm only using it because it's a little bit of a cliche, it's a little bit of a trope. And I don't have any personal relationships or experience in this, but you know how some people can go off, study abroad, go out, live in the what do you call it? What do they call it? Oh yeah, the secular world, duh. I'm like, what is that word? The secular world, right? And then you come back home, you head up the church, and you got all these new ideas that older members of the congregation are just not on board for. You know, so there's this proving ground that the Page of Swords steps up into. And again, I feel as though this can be read as confident or cocky, but the point is this page feels ready, willing, and able to take on the challenge, to take on the task of building the church back up, of getting more people to come back and attend services. Yeah, there's something here, not specifically about church, but there's this idea of I'm going to whip everything and everyone into shape. I'm the person who can take on this task and do the job to the fullest. There's like this, I'm capable, I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm able. And some people read it as confident. Oh, look at the Page of Pentacles. Look at Virgo. Oh, look at them go. They've learned so much in their travels. They've learned so much in their studies, and they're going to do a good job. And then someone else 5 feet away is just like, Virgo is not up to the task. They just think they can roll in here and lay down some new rules. And they think, you know, it's like, so it's, I don't know. I mean, I know it makes sense to you, or it will hopefully be recognizable to you, but there really is kind of like a 50-50 split between part of me is like, go Virgo. And I'm saying not me, the person, me, the reader, the empathic person. Part of me is like, yeah, Virgo, go, woo, woo, woo. And then other side of me is just like, boo, hiss, throw a tomato, throw a rotten egg, screw you, Virgo. I hope you fall flat on your face. Someone around you is not on your side. They're not on your team. They want to see you fail. What else is there? Because there was another part of this page. Shit, and I might have pushed it out because I felt it was juicy, but I may. Okay, got it. Listen, friends, because I keep saying coming home, and I do feel in many of your cases this is really about your public persona or your position in a community, right? So if it's not church, maybe it's, local government. Yeah. If it's not local government, maybe it's local volunteer programs or something, again, something that interacts and has impact in the community that you live in, right? If it's not that, and if it's not work, it is literally your home, and someone doesn't want you to return home. Being that this is a page, it might be a child who's like, no, go away. And that, listen, girl, this girl right here, daddy issues for sure. So, and mommy issues too. But I remember being a younger person, and there were times where I just like, go away. Why are you here? And without telling you my life story, why are you here? Why have you shown up now? It's like that. So maybe in some of your cases, there is some dissonance or some type of distance between parents and children, siblings, grandparents and children in some cases, or grandchildren, something like that. And again, look at this guy. Literally, if we think about the composition of this card, it's probably a photograph that's been, edited. But so if you think about what this shot probably was when it was composed as a photograph, a person with their foot like on a soccer ball, and I don't know how many like corny like cheesy after school special programs that you watched as a kid, or any movies from the 80s or 90s, but there's been plenty of times where somebody's like playing sports and they see something off in the distance that they don't like, and that's the pose that they strike. Foot on the ball, hand on hips, grimace on face. What's Todd doing here? He goes to Richmount High School. What's he doing in Clearfield? It's like that. It's like a territorial thing, maybe? Okay, that's another thing. Pages are not teenagers. They're like young kids, pre-adolescents, technically, with the aging of pages versus knights. However, I'm getting the energy of like a teenager who, if I'm honest, like, this happens, this is life, yeah? And it's not for everybody, but, please, if it's your message, go ahead and take it. You have like a teenage son or daughter, doesn't matter, who maybe is a little estranged from either of their parent. Where you fit into this, Virgo, I don't know. But there's this element of, I've done without this parental figure in my life for some time now. And now this person's come into my life to much acclaim. People are happy to see this person. And I'm not for it. There's something here also, because it goes both ways. The Page of Pentacles can be beneficial. It is a good energy for you or for the situation. But then there's also this energy that comes from it that is now, I'm sensing, resistant. This could be the grimacing face in the crowd standing behind the Six of Wands right there. This could be the slow clap, okay? And so when you get to that I'm no therapist. I've only taken a handful of psych courses in college, but, that time of life is about rebellion inherently, Not everybody is, the biggest rebel, but that's the time when kids start to really come into their own, have their own sensibilities, start to value their freedom or their ability to make choices and have an opinion, right? And I don't know what goes on in your household. I don't know the rules and all that kind of stuff, but there is this, I'm becoming my own person. And for someone to return to my life, this is, again, still this estranged parental thing or estranged relationship with a family member or friend, where now that you've returned to all this acclaim and applause and people patting you on the back, you think that makes things okay between us, or you think it means that I automatically accept you. No, I'm not a part of the crowd on their own card, not standing over there. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not with them. I'm not, yay, thanks for coming. Woo, you've been missed. Come, welcome home. No. And this person's like ripping down the welcome home banner. No, go away. You're listen. Virgo. I don't know who this is, because it's going, if I'm honest, it's going in all the ways. In some cases, Virgo is the person who's coming home. In other cases, Virgo is the person who's seeing someone come home and saying, boo, I don't want you here, go away. But it's a subtle contention. It's subtle. It's not very strong. Thank you. It's not very strong because this is a page. Again, a child or somebody that you might have a connection with, but the connection is not, it's estranged due to whatever reason, years of absence. I'm not sensing jail, but that's often a reason why parents go away from children, right? Whatever it is, the dynamic is just not gelling. It's not jiving together. There is like at least one person-to-person relationship, at least. There could be others. There could be more than one child or more than one coworker or more than one, member of whatever community board who's just like, I don't want that person to be, the vice president or the president of this club or there's like at least one other person is just like, I'm not here for this. I don't support this. I don't support that person. And I'm gonna quietly or subtly, you know how that is, when you can like tell there's tension, like what's that phrase? The air is so thick you could cut it with a knife or whatever that phrasing is. Like that's what this is. Someone might not say it, because that's the other thing I told you. As much as the initial image was someone crossing their arms and not applauding and not, going along with the crowd, there is also, especially amongst, fully grown adults, not a, petulant child or teenager or whatever it is. But there is this element with adults, especially in a working environment, who, for the sake of saving face, oh yes, oh my God, you did such a good job, and they might be in your face, oh, you were wonderful, or thanks for all your hard work, this is really going to help us move forward with this project, and they're giving you all this fluff. Inside, they're like, I hate your guts, you're so stupid, I don't think you deserve this, blah, 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 Two-faced energy. So what happens, friends? What happens next? Yeah, yeah. I think this is sort of the quote-unquote past. Since these two are on the bottom, it's less about past and it's more about the foundation. Why do we have what's going on up here? We have it because of these two down here. Now, which one first? Come on, please be clear with that. Which one? Okay, so first we have this one, the Hermit card, aka, well, not aka, the Hermit card, which is your major arcana here in the tarot deck, Virgo. So this could be you, but, I don't, if I'm honest, like I told you, this energy, some of you Virgos, you guys, some are on this side, some are on the other side, which side you're on. But regardless, this is an energy of that person who was away. It's both. Like, it's both. Okay, fine. Listen. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Here we go. So, for the person coming back, they were here. Damn this focus. I was waiting it out to see if it was gonna fix itself. Anyway, they were here. I mean, look at the silhouette. Someone's up on a mountaintop, just sitting there, reflecting. Possibly it's a serene or peaceful time, maybe. But the point is isolation. The point is that someone is alone. The point is someone is by themselves, with nothing but time or space on their hands to really figure things out. And that's kind of the gist of what the hermit wants you to do, is to be alone. And you don't have to literally become a hermit, but you either spend enough time, or your something about just like being focused on the self. Thank you. In that time, in those spaces, there are revelations that come about, or we recognize certain things that are not going so well in our lives, or we face problems, we face traumas, we face things that need to be addressed, need to be healed, need to be found, given a solution. Yeah, things that need to shift in some type of way, or, you know, like I was saying about the Six of Wands, literally going away, literally headed off to a distant location and taking care of business. And then by the time, you know, the business is taken care of, you can come home, you can come out of the hermit phase and kind of, you know, get back to the regularly scheduled programming. Yeah. So that's what one side has done. They've gone away, either physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it is, and done some hard work. Like I was sensing again, someone comes back to a job, someone comes back to a church or a community, and the things that they did while they were away were to address a problem, were to find a solution, were to research and find funding, or research and find resources, study, and then, you know, come back with a whole new approach to how to, you know, bolster the community, bolster this group of people, right? This person, like, to be to kind of go to that idea of like the church, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but someone literally went away and became a guru, because the hermit is sometimes viewed as a guru, spiritual guru, religious leader, or someone in that vein, right? Someone who kind of can walk that walk. And that may have happened. There we go. There we go. Listen, this is going to be such a specific example, but I hope you get what I mean. Someone returns home and people are happy. There's that energy of possible contention from the Page of Pentacles. Let's say, again, it's like this person who's estranged from their family, parent, child, you know, brother, sister, it doesn't matter the relation. But the person that went away due to not so great reasons, maybe prison, maybe abandonment, maybe whatever the reason was. And they were seen as not a good guy, not a good girl, not the nicest person or a selfish person. They come back, maybe, and they've been saved. And I'm not knocking it, but somebody is knocking it. Page of Pentacles. However you find your faith, however you find, you know, your absolution and, you know, whatever you need in your life to find peace with your maker, so to speak, whatever you do as a person, I don't care. But this person is just like skeptical. They don't believe it. They think it's a farce, or they think, oh, how convenient. How convenient. Oh, you went, you know, and again, this is just an example, but I know it happens all the time. Oh, it took like an 8-year prison sentence for you to find Jesus. You know, it's like that. Like this person, this Page of Pentacles is just like, so you needed to be locked away in order to come out a better person. You know, like this person is bitter or angry or skeptical of how this person has found their peace, how this person has found some type of recourse in their life. Yeah. So that's one side of the hermit, is that someone is in a better spot after doing some deep dive healing of trauma, or trying to figure their shit out, right? Or going into work, being hit with a huge task. We've got a huge problem, Virgo or Crosswatcher. Again, it's general, it doesn't matter. But we have this huge problem. The company is hemorrhaging money, or we're about to have to lay off 200 people. And Virgo, it's your job to fix this problem or not. You come back, the problem is fixed. You found Jesus. Nobody loses their job. You're in a better state of mind, whatever the thing is. And someone is just like, isn't that convenient? And it's like, no, it's not really, because this Hermit card on either side is about actually doing the work. It's not about BS. Even if it reads like BS to somebody else. For the person that walked that walk, who sat up on that mountain by themselves, reflecting, digging into past traumas, figuring their shit out, it was not a cakewalk. I hate this camera right now. Why are you doing this to me? You weren't like that last time. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Anyway, you kind of get the gist of what's on the card, yeah? Since Mr. Camera here doesn't want to focus anymore. So yeah, the person that did the work, they really did it. The 8 years in prison, or however long it wasn't a weekend. It wasn't a vacation. They literally were in the prison system. They literally were stripped of their rights. They literally were eating governmental or government provided food, which is terrible and overpriced. Hashtag prison reform. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm for prison reform, but I don't aim to be political with my tarot channel. Not at all. Anyway, so the flip side now, or not even the flip side, Virgo, you're kind of having a dual reading, where I told you I feel one way, like I'm in one area, and it's kind of positive, it's optimistic, it's capable, it's all these great affirming things. And then on the other side, I am in this critical space, I'm in this skeptical space, I'm in this space of hateration, really, that says, screw this is awful, this is the worst thing ever, or I don't like you, I don't want you to succeed, whatever. I feel it both ways. These are the joys of being an empath. That's sarcasm, by the way, because it's very tiring a lot of the times to feel things, to know things, and be like, well, now you just sit and wait and watch it. Yeah, whatever. So the other side is probably more in line with this Page of Pentacles. Now that someone has come back and arrived and is present again in the home, at work, wherever, that drives someone else into their hermit mode. So two people having two different hermit experiences. You're probably one of them. Now, whether you're the one who's coming back and saying, hey, I got some good ideas, I got a good solution. You, Camera, what is your problem? I have to be like right up. Oh my God, you're the worst thing ever. What if I come all the way up here? No? You don't like that? I'm going to figure this thing out one day. Anyway, so I'm sorry to have you sit through that. But so this one person's turn in character, turn in luck, in fortune, turn in success is another person's reason to retreat, to go on their own hermit journey and figure out, maybe, why am I upset about this? Maybe try to figure out, why am I bitter? Why does this person's success upset me so much? This is, by the way, a very mature way to see this. I don't think that person, especially since it's radiating off of this page energy, like I told you, pages are the lowest of the court cards, therefore the least mature. So I don't think this person would even articulate or recognize that is what is happening. They just know they're in a sour mood. And I told you before, the Hermit doesn't do cakewalks. The Hermit doesn't go through anything that's easy. So every time that the person who is in the Six of Wands is being applauded, there might be several ceremonies, There might be a ribbon cutting ceremony. The church is open again after 4 years of being shut down, thanks to the Six of Wands person who came back to town and put life back into the congregation. That's one ceremony. Then there's a dinner. Then there's a barbecue. Then there's a photo op for the local newspaper. There's all these things that regularly remind this person that they're back, that this person's glory is on the rise, and they are constantly put into a bitter, sour state of mind, looking at this person, rolling their eyes, sucking their teeth, slow claps for days. Yeah, I'm telling you, most likely that person, they're in a hermit situation, or they're being told to do that work. They're probably not viewing it that way. Pardon me. So this person, if it's like, and maybe to keep it sort of biblical, this person, they might have issues with jealousy. That's a deadly sin, right? Or no, envy. Envy is a deadly sin, right? Coveting another man's wife. I don't really see, okay. Maybe that's going on, but I don't know. But there's like certain things, and I said that in the beginning about this justice card. It's like about laurel righteousness, or lawful, my bad. Or maybe like, resting on, no, that doesn't apply. Anyway, lawful right and wrong. And then there's moral right and wrong. And I feel that somebody is being challenged to look at their moral stance, or how they're moralizing the situation. If this is, I'm not religious. I have not been in a church in a very long time. So don't take this coming from someone of an authority within a religious space. But there's this idea of, if you're a member of a faith and you're having not so great thoughts, or some type of high level of skepticism and critique, constant critique, thank you, of someone else trying to improve a community, why? Isn't that counterintuitive and counterproductive to the faith that you follow? Not an authority, just asking the question. But, and more to the point, the Hermit card is asking that question. If, again, it's an older member of a congregation who doesn't, approve of certain things the new pastor wants to introduce into the congregation, wants to introduce into Sunday service, Wednesday service, Bible study, whatever it is, right? This person is just like, in my day, we never had this. In my day, it was never like that. In my day, in my day, in my day. And it's just like, okay, so you need to start thinking about your day and why you're clinging to that, or you know what I mean? So this person, they're probably more than likely not aware this is what they need to do. This is what they're being told to do. But as this is the tarot reading, this is what I'm being told to tell you or them. Do this work. Bitterness, overly critiquing attitudes, resistant to, and that's also interesting. If someone is redeemed, isn't that kind of like the foundation of most religions? You can be redeemed. You can be forgiven of your sins. Someone is like holding on to somebody else's sins, is like, well, what about this? What about this? What about that? Back then, you might be encouraged to heal something on your own, whoever that's for. Okay? Wow. This is a very profound reading for you, Virgo, I think. I had a positive one with Libra. Leo had one. Leo had an interesting one too. But this is very profound. I like this. As a reader, I'm enjoying the different tone of this. Now, your final card in your main spread is the Wheel of Fortune. Secondary Major Arcana 4. Sagittarius, thank you. Also associated with the fixed signs, so Taurus, don't blank, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. You could be dealing with any of those signs or none of them at all. It's a general don't get too attached. Now, Wheel of Fortune. Timing, friends. Timing. Time away, time to return, time spent together. Now, timing is everything here. If this is about the reunion of estranged family members, if this is the welcoming back after a long time away on a mission, a religious mission, or a mission to save a business, whatever it is. I mean, I appreciate this artwork. And again, maybe that's why I was led to use this deck for you guys, is look at the three figures on the Wheel of Fortune. It kind of talks about the different ways we can perceive the event or the circumstance that we're talking about. For one person or one sect of people, it's a come up, like the figure on the left side. Things are starting to go in the favor of that person who's on the come up side, on the left side, right? They're seeing their situation improve, they're seeing their station improve, their health improve, whatever is. That's the first time I've mentioned health, so that might be very significant for one of you. But regardless, this person is beginning to get a taste of what is fortunate, yeah? At the top, you have someone who's already established. They're kind of riding the wave. They're coasting along. Everything's good. Everything's fine. They can't really, you ask them how they are. Oh, I can't complain. I can't complain, right? That energy is stable. It's very comfortable. It's not wanting for much. Possibly it's at the highest point that you can experience the Wheel of Fortune, because right after you've got the figure that's on the right side that's falling off of and experiencing the downturn of the Wheel of Fortune's energy, of the Wheel of Fortune's influence, right? And I appreciate that, even though I would assume, well, no. Girl and guy, I'm so clever. Look, I was going to say we could presume that it's all the same figure, but it's not. Like oh God, now I got to ask this camera to focus really well. Ooh, it did it. I have to be like, no. Okay, yes, okay. There we go. So you see how the falling figure, you can tell by the silhouette, that figure is wearing shoes. And then the figure that's on the left, you can tell the figure is not wearing shoes. You can also tell that the two figures on the left or the right are probably bald, and then the figure at the top actually has hair. Now, again, it can signal to some type of evolution of one person's journey, of one person's fortune or circumstance, pertaining to one area of their life, right? You can see that, but I really take it as these are different people having different experiences at this very moment. So someone's on a glow up, someone's on the rise, someone's coasting along, and then someone's losing out, or somebody's feeling like they're falling. Now, I don't know what the hell just happened, and this is the first time this ever happened. No, well, I can't really count that one time. But there's a ringing in my left ear, and it's a little muted. And I don't know why that is. I didn't do anything. I'm sitting in this chair. I'm talking my normal way. But my ear is it's absolutely muffled, and it's absolutely ringing, and I am not somebody who gets ringing ears. It's finally going away. So maybe that's a coincidence or a synchronicity for you guys. I don't like that kind of stuff because I know my guides will sometimes talk to me through my physical body, but I don't really like that. I much prefer to have the sensation of something than actual physical things happening to me. And ringing of the ears, sometimes they twist my neck in ways. I don't like that kind of stuff. So, again, I really get more the impression that these are separate people having separate experiences at this time regarding this specific situation. Home, work, church, I don't care. Whatever we're talking about. Might even be an area I haven't even mentioned, by the way. So, outcome, Virgo. Two of Pentacles. What to do, what to do, what to do. Now, interestingly enough, somebody's doing well. I don't know about you, I don't know where you live, but sometimes I will catch people in my city riding unicycles, and I'm impressed because it looks dangerous. It looks like it requires, the most precise balance any human can muster. And they're on the street. You know how in the circus people do unicycles on a high wire, but whatever. So somebody here, even though the Two of Pentacles is a, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Energy traditionally, I feel as though somebody is actually doing it well. Again, like with this idea of someone being in the circus, on a high wire, on a unicycle, juggling and doing it well, not falling, not dropping any of those balls. Congratulations, you're a multitasker. Something like that. So it could be for that person who's returning home to the home office, to the community, to an actual physical home that's shared amongst family. They really are, if they're going to try. There we go. Because, nothing in tarot is a guarantee. Nothing can be said in absolutes, really. But there is a honest and very capable attempt to keep it all together, to keep things balanced, to keep things, on a steady train towards, on a trajectory, thank you, of progress, of seeing things change or go in favorable directions. Yeah. It's a tall order because, again, you could just be walking. You could have gotten a bicycle and not a unicycle. And you don't have to be juggling while you're riding a unicycle. So there is like this tall order element for the person who is coming back and they're trying to accomplish something. They're trying to establish something. They're trying to fix something, or they have found the solution. They got saved. They got funding. They did whatever. Now they want to come back home and implement the changes, right? There is this thing where this person is going to either have to or be willing to do anything to make it work. I'm not, I'm getting the sense from the person who may have been in prison, or, maybe it was a rehab program or whatever it was. I'm not going to waste, getting saved. I'm not going to waste, working the 12 steps the moment I get home. I'm reformed, I'm redeemed, I'm different, I'm ready to do things. And so they're really going to prove themselves. They're really going to try to prove themselves. The other side. Okay, there you go. The other side of this. Oh, okay. Going back, just to use this as an example. Because remember I was saying everything about like this whole, high wire act in the circus. It's one thing to be up there, but then to be like balancing and juggling balls and moving across a thin wire. And there's lots of music and like fireworks going off and the audience is oohing and eyeing. There's a lot to consider. There's a lot to really work with in that real life situation of performing that circus act. Back in the day, just riding across or walking across a tightrope was a spectacle enough, So there's this idea that I'm getting that someone, because of someone else's return, is going to have to do this high wire act. Then they don't want to. They don't want the stakes to be raised. But this person coming home, the stakes are now raised. Things are much more complex for this person. Maybe the Page of Pentacles. I don't know how complex. Well, I guess it would be because, teenagers and children, they're humans. I hear. No, I'm kidding. They are obviously humans. But they have their own sensibilities, their own sensitivities and emotions. And so, again, if you're not used to having one of your parents around and they come back and they're still your parent, in my family, even though I wasn't this person, it was expected. That's your father. That's your mother. That's your this. That's your that. Respect. Honor thy mother and father. You know what I mean? So if one of the parents has been away and now they come back, and let's just say when the parent originally left, kid was 8. Now they come back, kid is 14, kid is 15. And the communication between them has been, like I said earlier, estranged. Now that the parent is back, the capacity to be the parent, to be the guardian, to be the leader, to be the one to lay out the rules is there. But at 14, 15, you're already irritable and you're already in that phase of trying to be recognized as an individual, trying to assert yourself, and then to have someone come in who you may or may not respect anymore, you may or may not love the same way anymore, you may or may not like anymore, you may or may not be comfortable with. Might just be an issue of comfortability, of trust. I don't know the specifics of why this parent, or it doesn't have to be parent, it could be, a brother, an older brother or sister, whatever. I don't know the specifics of why that person left. Were they violent before? Were they, a drug addict? Were they this? Were they that? Who knows? They come back. They say that they found Jesus, or Allah, or tarot, whatever they've done. They come back saying, "I'm a new person." There could be, this Two of Pentacles for that person who's apprehensive. It could be worry, anxiety, fear. So, super complex. But I still like your reading as a reader. As the person delivering the message, this is difficult. It's not fun. For the most part, it's not fun. Even though, a high wire act is entertaining. Now, overall energy, Virgo, is the Three of Swords. So, immediately, some of you who are familiar with tarot, oh, that is true. I was like, if you've been with my channel, you know what I was about to say. Some of you are familiar with tarot, and a lot of times, especially with the Three of Swords, which is this damn camera, third party situation. Initially, I was just like, nah, but then I was like, oh, someone has possibly returned from a third party situation, returned from, time away. Where's daddy? I don't know where he is. You know where he is. He was with someone else, or she, I'm just using it as an example. There's no gender, women are just as dastardly as men. So there's this aspect of, in a few cases, not all, specific to a third party situation. And this is, a complexity of relationships that I try to stay away from, yeah? But there's this complication of possibly someone stepped out and now they're coming back. And to the person they're coming back to the children that they're coming back to, the home that they're coming back to, we've got some healing to do. We've got some mending of hearts to take care of. That is very specific to those where, again, this is late in the day. This is the last card we're talking about, so I wasn't feeling it the strongest, but this popped out as soon as I picked it up. Now, in other cases, it still is about some type of heartbreak or some type of mending of emotional situations, of emotional hurt and distrust. Because again, people can break our hearts who are not lovers. People can break our hearts who are not, the people that we're married to. Like I've said this whole time, you can have estranged relationships between parents and children, or brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, whatever it is. So there's a capacity for friends and family to also break hearts, to also put us in this state of feeling as if, we've been damaged emotionally. Yeah. And there's a need to address this, or not even a need to address it, because it's the overall energy. I mean, the addressing is probably here in the Hermit card, but again, there's a slice of that energy that's resistant or not recognizing that way. So I don't know if that would happen, but as an overall energy, it's drawing my attention to that this is the undercurrent. Underneath it all, what's going on? People are hurt. People have dealt with distrust in this situation. People have been lied to or felt manipulated, or people have tried their best and they still feel it's not good enough. That's another part of this. There's emotional tenderness here, but tenderness, like, possibly not the greatest example, but I mean, imagine punching your hand into any hard surface, trying to break through, right? Let's say you're punching a wall, a brick wall, for God's sakes. Guess what, people? Human flesh against brick, human flesh will lose. But there's this constant trying to break through that wall that ends up bruising the hand, breaking the hand. crushing the bones inside, making it a bloody mess. That's kind of what this is. There's this effort to break through something, to transcend something, to, you know, prevent something in some cases, and it ends up being a hurtful act to the self. Maybe that was, you know, the deal with the person who had to go away. Maybe they had issues with drugs, maybe they had issues with the law, you know, maybe they had issues with their spirit in terms of needing to be healed or saved or whatever it is. And it's a difficult task, to say the least. So many people are affected by that Three of Swords. Many people are affected by your reading in general, Virgo. This is not just for you. This is a party affair. So that is the end of your message, though. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, go ahead and like it for me. Feel free to share this with whoever you recognize in your storyline here. If they're another sign, if they're a Gemini, if they're a Scorpio, if they're a Pisces, if they're anybody else, go ahead and share it with them. And also, guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. That would be amazing. Scorpio, excuse me. Virgo, I will be back soon to do your March readings and your mid-March. I will be doing some no communication readings before I actually do the March videos, I think. Pray for me. You're newly ordained, right? So pray for me that I can get all that done before the month is out. And I look forward to possibly seeing you guys there. Until then, thanks so much for watching. Take care.